Today we'll be making an adorable Poofy Valentine's Day Deco Mesh Wreath. What you will need, I have this adorable sign for the center, an 18-inch wreath ring, 21-inch long Deco Mesh, burlap ribbon, and white 6-inch long Deco Mesh, Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is get all of my stems in place. You can cut the stems in half, but since I'm using the 18-inch wreath ring, the space in between is a little bit larger than on the 14-inch wreath ring. As you can see, I would use like a half of a stem on the 14-inch ring, but for the 18-inch ring, I'm going to go ahead and use a full stem so that I make sure I have enough stem to attach all of my mesh and ribbon and anything that I would like to attach. So there are many methods for placing your stem. Today I'm just going to go with the outer two rings and twist. Just like that. The next will go on the inner two rings. And I'm going to have 2 stems in each of my 8 sections. You can definitely have more. You can have 3 stems in each section. I actually would usually go with 3 half stems on the smaller ring. But again, whatever you prefer, you can definitely move both of these over and add in another one right there. But I've used this method a few times and it actually makes a decent sized wreath. So I'm going to just continue alternating inner 2, outer 2, inner 2, outer 2, all the way around my wreath. Alright, so I have all of my stems in place. Now it's time to start placing the mesh. So this is the 21-inch mesh. You can make this wreath with the 10-inch mesh or even the 6-inch mesh, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to take my mesh, curl it to a nice little point. I prefer to start on the outer ring and then make my way back around to the inner ring. You can start on the inner ring, you can alternate outer, inner, whatever you prefer. Just going to place my mesh and twist it a couple of times. And the stems will move. The more mesh you get placed, the more stable the stems will become. So don't worry about it too much. Pull your mesh to make a nice poof. And just come around to the next outer stem. And twist your mesh in place. The size of the poofs, that's completely up to you. You can make them huge, small, whatever you prefer. And place it on the next outer stem. So I'm going to repeat this step all the way around the outer ring and come back and do the same thing for the inner ring. So I've made my way back around to my starting point. I'm going to make one more poof and connect it to my starting stem. You can also double layer the mesh if you choose to do so. But once I get all the mesh and ribbon in place, it makes the wreath much thicker. But I have doubled up on the mesh before, so it's personal preference. Now, I'm going to just cut away the mesh. Tuck that away. And start over on the inner stem. Again, make a curl to a nice little point. And just repeat the same steps we did on the outer ring. And I still have a nice amount of mesh left over. Sometimes when I have mesh left over, I'll go back around the outer ring. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But this is a nice poofy wreath. I just kind of like to flare out all of my poofs. And sometimes I just put it away for another project. Alright, so I have cut my mesh and my burlap into 8-inch long pieces. I have also decided to add some red deco mesh as well. So what I'm going to do, roll my mesh at a diagonal. You can also go with the curl if you choose to do so. Roll my white at a diagonal, crisscross them, and take a piece of my burlap and scrunch it all together. Pick my stem, place my bundle in the stem, and twist it a couple of times. And then tuck my stems away. If I'm going to add more to the stem, of course I wouldn't tuck it away until I've added everything that I want to my bundle. And just flare it out, just like that. You can have it uniform all the way around, you can alternate it, whatever you prefer. I like to just mix it up a little bit. Go to my next stem, place my bundle, and twist it a couple of times. I'm going to continue doing this all the way around my wreath. Alright, so I have all of my bundles in place. You can go with more or less, whatever you prefer. Now we are going to add the adorable sign to our center. Take 2 stems, twist them together to form one long stem for the top and one for the bottom. And then I'm just going to hot glue them in place. Just like that, making sure I have enough stem hanging off the side so I can easily attach it to my wreath. Pull the mesh outward just a little bit. And honestly, you can just leave the wreath like this. It looks so cute, poofy, and precious already. But if you want to add something extra to the center, you can do that. So I have definitely left some wreaths like this. But this time I'm just going to add this adorable sign to the center. So I'm just going to push my mesh aside and use my stem and twist the stem to the actual wreath ring a couple of times just to make sure it's nice and secure. And then fluff my mesh around my stem. I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. Okay, and once you have all of your stems in place, just kind of adjust and maneuver your mesh around your sign. And you are all done. So cute, simple, and easy to make. Modify the colors, the styles, add in any additional embellishments you'd like. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's